As usual, I'm going to go over the first page and the guided practice with you, and then I will explain how to complete the independent practice. So, according to the definition, a perfect tense, or the perfect tenses use a form of the helping verb have with the past participle of the main verb. So we're going to look at present perfect tenses, past perfect tenses, and future perfect tenses. So if you notice, for present perfect tenses, these are verbs that are being used today. You're going to see these words right here being used with that verb, has or have. That lets you know that it's a present perfect tense. The word had with the past participle verb would be past tense. So things that would happen in the past. And finally, you would see will have with future tenses. Sorry, my book is about to fall off. All right, so future tense means things that will happen in the future. And I'm just going to underline these just to remind myself. This is present tense, past tense, and future. All right, then they have a chart for you. And you can reference it while you're working on the independent practice. What they have are the verb tenses right here of present, past, future, present perfect, past perfect, and future perfect. These are the verbs, or this is, I should say, a verb that they're using the word produce. Okay? And then an example. So, for example, present tense of the verb either produces or produce, you would see sentences like, the textile factory produces carbon fabrics. The textile factories produce carbon fabrics. For the past tense, you would see the verb produced with that ed. The textile factory produced cotton fabrics. For future, remember that's something that's going to happen. It will happen. It's not happening right now. You would see will produce. The textile factories will produce cotton fabrics. All right. And then we have present perfect, where you have has produced or have produced. The textile factory has produced cotton fabrics. The textile factories have produced cotton fabrics. Past perfect, you would see had produced. The textile factory had produced cotton fabrics. And then future, will have produced. The textile factory will have produced cotton fabrics. So like I said, they made that chart just for you so that you can go back and reference it if you need to. Guided practice part number 1 says, underline twice the complete perfect tense verb in each sentence. So if we look back up here, we're looking at the perfect tense verbs. We're going to look for these clues right here. I actually like this chart a little bit better than the bigger one. I think it's more helpful. So it says, number 1, Cone Mills has operated textile factories since 1891. We have has operated right there. So you're going to underline has twice, operated twice. Number 2, Americans had begun buying Cone's flannel by 1898. We have that keyword had and the verb begun. And number 3, Cone's denim fabric will have influenced the clothing industry for over 100 years. We actually have 3 here. If you notice right here, the future is will have. So we have will have influenced. Influence being the verb. Just like that. Alright, like I said, go back, use this chart to help you. I will put another star right there. There we go. All right, bottom part. Part 2 says identify the correct verb tense for each underlined verb: present perfect, past perfect, or future perfect. All right. So, number 4 says, shortly after Von Baer had placed synthetic indigo dye on the market, cone mills begun using it on their denim. So we have had placed. If you notice up here at the chart, there's had plus the verb, so that's past perfect. All right, so let's say one more time, had placed. You look up here at the chart, had plus the verb, that's past tense, past perfect. Number 5, the company has not used only indigo dye, however. So we're looking at has used. If you look up at the chart, we have the word has plus a verb, so it's present tense. Or present perfect. 2 more. Number 6. Different colors of denim have kept this fabric in demand. We have the keyword have. We're going to back up to our chart. Have is for present perfect. This is present. And finally, number 7, cone mills will have remained an industry leader for decades. Will have, right here, plus your verb. This is future perfect. All right, so like I said before, this chart in purple I think is the best helper for trying to figure out the different perfect tenses. So on the next page, we're going to go over your independent practice. All right, so first part says underline twice the perfect tense verb in each sentence. That's exactly what we did right here. Underline twice. Remember, use that chart. For the next part, identify the correct verb tense for each underlined verb. I'm going to highlight. You need to either write present perfect, past perfect, future perfect. And they've underlined the verb tense for you already. You just have to write one of these 3 on the lines right here. Remember, go back to the previous page and look at that purple chart to help you. And finally, the apply and write. You don't need to complete that. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to contact me and I'd be more than happy to help you with your English.